Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Helen Giles and I am an intuitive and an energy reader, spiritual guide channel. Um, Glad you're here. Today, what is today's date? It is July 28th. Is that right? Yes. Yes. July 28th, 2019. And the energies have been a lot. We're coming out of the eclipse portal now. We're entering the Lion's Gate time of the year when the star Sirius, which is about 20 times more powerful and potent than our sun, lines up with our sun in the sky. So they rise and set together for this period of the year from July 26th until August 12th, with the peak being on August 8th. So you'll see the 8-8 Lion's Gate. I don't know about you, but while July has been intense, there's definitely been a lightening of the energies. Um, I've been feeling it the past few days or so as we're really stepping into the new, into a new chapter. We can kind of feel some of the lightness coming as we've been going through the depths this month and really sifting and sorting out anything that no longer resonates, no longer is at our energetic frequency, those things that need to be released as we continue to move higher and higher and call in new things that are at our energetic resonance. And as our energy changes and our vibration up levels, so will the things that we call in to continue to bring us new experiences, to continue to raise our vibration, to help with our integration and reascension journey, because that's really what we are all here for. That is this life. It's kind of a crux point life that we're in. Healing not just from this life, but from all of our past lives, and really calling in healing from all the past versions of ourselves. We're kind of gathering them this life, healing as many and as possible as we can, and working through all of that past trauma so that we can reascend. We can ascend from this third dimensional reality into the fifth dimension, and really not do so in an physical way. We're still in the third dimension. And what we're really doing is pulling the fifth dimension into ourselves. And that's why embodiment is so important. That's why allowing your body to shift and change, honoring what your body needs, what it's feeling, what it's being called to is so important. So that's my little take for today. I send you so much love. I am going to channel here. Let's pull a card first and see what energies want to come through. What messages we have today for anyone watching this. And as always, you can be watching this the day of, later. Time is just a mental construct. It's part of this third dimensional reality, but we're really starting to move out of time, and you may be feeling this in your own life as time has gotten wonky, like just really bendy is kind of the word I use. So things that have happened in the past feel like lifetimes ago, even if they were only a week ago. And things that are coming in the future, the same thing can happen. So something that feels like it's ages away may actually just pop in like that. Because you're continually working towards those things, but that progression of linear time of like checking off the boxes as you go, and this thing is going to take 6 months to generate, it doesn't exist in that way anymore. So anyway, let's see what we have for today. I pulled a leg up. It came in reverse. Camera, there we go. Cute little polar bear, actually. What's coming to me right now as I'm looking at this card is the idea of allowing yourself to actually receive support. And not just that it's important, but not to kind of resist it, to allow support to enter your life and to not judge it or feel shame. So much of our culture, we are conditioned and programmed to feel shame for not being able to do it ourselves. We're taught that we have to do everything ourselves, that that's how we proclaim ourselves whole beings, that we are independent and self-sufficient. And not that those things aren't important. It's important to have responsibility and self-reliance and be able to tap into your own power and empowerment. And yet at the same time, we are part of a collective. We are all one. You don't do anything fully yourself. We are always a product of the energies and the support and the love around us. So let's see what what the book says, and then I'll tap in here. Okay. Receiving help, delegating authority, interdependence. Are you always insisting on doing everything yourself? Do you have little faith that help will come, convinced that the burden of the world is doomed to remain on your shoulders? Your beliefs about going it alone need to be discarded, as they do not serve you at all. Let others help you. Yes, it will make you feel vulnerable to admit you need a helping hand, but to be vulnerable is good, for you have a lesson to learn. You must let someone else assist. You can't do life all by yourself. Once you shift your expectations, you'll be amazed by how quickly help arrives to give you a leg up. Yep. Okay, so that's our priming. Let me tap in here and see who wants to come through and what message they have for us today. Oh, also, I have been meaning to say this. When I tap in, feel free to tap in yourself. The way that this works, to even be able to receive channeled messages, means that you're not just interacting with my voice and the channeling is coming, I'm connecting with the Pleiadians and they're coming through me to you. To be even able to receive channeled messages, you are connecting with them directly yourself. So that's obviously happening subconsciously. It'll be happening whether you tap in or not. But as a way to play with it, why not? See what you feel, tap in, whatever that means to you. You can close your eyes, breathe deeply, kind of just feel your body, feel what energy is around you. Sometimes it can be cool to kind of feel what the air feels like just above your skin. That's another way to kind of feel energy. So anyway, that's my little tangent for the moment. I'm going to tap in. Feel free to do so as well, or not. Either way, it's exactly what it's meant to be. Hello, everyone. This is the Pleiadian Collective here. We want to bring you a message today of deep love and deep resonance. You are all doing a phenomenal job of shifting, of being with your energies as they flow and change during these times of great change. From our perspective, as we work with each of you on planet Earth, as well as we watch somewhat removed from above or from around you, not having the physical, tangible experience that you all are. We are overjoyed and just so proud. Sometimes on your world, it can feel like things are moving so slowly, like the change that you all want to happen, especially those who are tapped into this kind of work, who know about ascension and the shift that is taking place into the fifth dimension. It can feel like it is taking eons. And you just want it all to snap your fingers and just be there. But where is there? We want to go in two places with this. So first of all, where is there? There is no there. You're in it. The shift is the shift. There is no there to get to. Just enjoy the journey. And we know that's hard. We know that is easy to say, and yet for you all who are living this experience of actually being triggered, moving through your life, and having emotions come up that are uncomfortable and that aren't always pleasant to work with, it can feel like hell, but it's not. The more that you can separate your reality in a way and hold both, hold that yes, you are feeling like shit, you are feeling like you are in hell, Things are changing. The world is ungrasping. Your attachments and groundings are all shifting. Your identity and who you know yourself as in this world is all starting to unravel. Whether you feel that or know that consciously, or just kind of are starting to get the inklings subconsciously, there's that lived experience. And at the same time, there is the experience of the fifth dimension, of higher oneness, the experience of knowing that this is all a game, that while it is real, it is also not real. And the more that you can hold both, the more that you can play and move back and forth between them. Give yourself the full felt experience of this hurts, I hurt, I am in pain, whether that's physically, emotionally, mentally, just exhaustion, whatever the feeling is, be fully there. And hold space at the same time for none of this to be real. This all to just be virtual reality. It's like a play that you have stepped into. You are all actors in a play that have forgotten that you're acting, that none of this is real, that the true source, your soul, your higher self, your fifth dimensional identity is love. It is source incarnate. It has stepped into physical reality to play a game, to have some fun. It's like when you're acting. If you were to go into a play and the role and the script that you were given is to go in and be just an abusive, drunk, alcoholic, awful being, right? That character is seen as incredibly toxic. However, when you know that it's not actually real, that's not who you are, it's incredibly fun. You step into that role, you get to expand your bounds, you get to feel into what that would feel like, and then you step out of it. At the end of the night, you go home, you do your normal stuff, you still have your, dog at home, your loving partner, you enjoy yourself. It's all good. Same thing when we think of heartbreak. If you were to go into a play or acting and play the role of someone who was in deep, loving connection and then got their heart stomped on, they were cheated on or left in the most brutal of ways, and your heart goes out to them, and you yourself in that role are just feeling the utmost pain and shattering of your life. And yet at the end of the night, you step out of it. You're like, okay, that was a kind of fun role to play. I got to experience new things. I got to just enjoy this kind of creation of this false reality with my fellow thespian actors. And then at the end of the night, you're done. That is your life. You are all acting in a play. The end of the night is when you die, or you transition, as we prefer to say, because there is no real death. And you go home, and you go back to source, and you go back to your knowing of oh yeah, that was fun. I got to kind of create this cool thing with these other cool beings. And we all kind of played our roles, and we got to trigger new experiences and feel into what that would feel like. And then we're back home. We're back home with source, with love, with the all-knowingness of who we are. The process you're in right now is one of waking up to that reality. You've been playing in the play, but not remembering that you're acting, not remembering that this isn't real, not remembering that at the end of the night you get to go home. Right now, you are all in the process of remembering, of waking up to that reality that at the end of the night you get to go home, and that even as you're acting and fulfilling these great experiences and stepping into these fascinating and creative roles, at the same time you get to hold the knowing that it's not real. That it's not real, and who you actually are isn't the role that you're playing. Who you actually are is a being stepping into a role that's not actually real. That's not truth in its utmost. It's a role. It's a mask that you've put on to play out various experiences, and yet your truth is that of love. So, that's really our message for today. We love you. We want you to remember this. We want you to ease into your beingness in this time. Step into wholeness as much as you can, because you are whole. Whole is the ultimate home. That's the non-actor that you are. The acting is just the place of getting to play with what it would feel like to embody these different experiences. We guide you forward with as much care and love and guidance and help and support as we can. We do, along with all of the other galactic beings helping you who are in your soul families, in your histories of various other lifetimes and other worlds that you've lived on, as well as your spirit teams, your guides, your angels, your ancestors. There's so much love and support for you in this process, both from us and from your other friends and families and loved ones also in the third dimension. The more that you open yourself to being seen, bringing your authentic voice forward, the more you will line up with those beings who are your soul family, who you get to be real with, where there is that nourishment of soul and depth, and the more connection you will have with us. We are always open and able to connect with you. If you wish to connect more with spiritual beings, energy beings, high vibrational beings of any kind, the path is always an inner one, because relationships are always two-way streets. We can only be as open and connected to you as you allow yourself to be open and visible and seen. And that is scary. Whenever you're connecting with beings that speak or interact or communicate energetically, telepathically, through vibration, your beingness gets seen. You have to allow those beings to see you fully. And the truth is, you already are. You're already seen fully, but you create the illusion of secrecy, of being able to have secrets or keep something apart. And the more that you want to keep something apart and still connect, you're actually playing in dual realities. Those don't work together. So if you want to connect more, that means connecting more with yourself, and that means bringing more of your true, authentic, real self voice out into the world, letting people see what you actually feel, what you actually think, where you're actually at in your process. And maybe that's not, the idealized spiritual allness being positive place, but that's your truth in that moment. And it, can shift at any point in time. But the more that you can speak those moments of truth into being, the more that you're allowing space for your real experience, which then allows more space for connection in truth and realness and depth. That allows more connection to energy, to feeling. That allows more connection to your spirit guides and angels and ancestors, or any other divine beings that you'd like to connect with as well. It's all a process of opening. And as you do this with yourself, it will impact not just your regular third dimensional relationships, but it will also impact your relationships with beings like us. So, we will close there today. We love you so much. Breathe into the support that you have, into the allness of who you are. Hold yourself with as much grace and love and compassion as you can. So much love to you all. Blessings. Hmm. Take a deep breath with that one, everybody. I love you all as well. Um, so glad to be able to be doing this experience with you and to be sharing in this way. Um, until next time.